Wow, talk about working hard only to starve or trying not to starve. Take a look at this video, this clip. I've never seen it where companies offering to pay the same day in a fast food.
Over 60% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck, something you can see in situations like on the White Castle sign behind me. They're advertising $15 an hour weekly paycheck, meaning that no longer is the standard bi-weekly paycheck cutting it for Americans anymore after 2 to 3 years of inflation and the start of a recession. People need the money right away to cover their bills, to cover their expenses. In fact, I actually went to Pizza Hut last week and they're advertising same day pay. And this is a bad sign for the US economy, everyone. It suggests that people are behind on their bills,
Yep.
behind on their expenses, and that as the recession gets worse in 2023, we're going to see even more people fall behind, which makes it crazy that big Wall Street CEOs right now, like Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, are saying the economy is healthy. These big Wall Street CEOs are saying that consumer balance sheets are strong, but clearly that's not the case, that people don't have enough money to last a week or even last a day.
64, not 44, not 24, 64% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. They announced they laid off the engineers, some engineers, not all. They just let off some engineers at LinkedIn. Why? Because thanks to AI, less engineers are needed. Why? Coding. AI is here. Companies are about themselves, the bottom line. They don't care about the wonderful employees and their families. I would say they do to an extent, but they're not going to go ahead and bleed through cash to support their employees. So, if 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, what happens when that check unexpectedly ends? Oh, and then they're saying that they're going to be more layoffs. What happens when it unexpectedly ends? It came out of nowhere. You had no idea. You didn't expect to get laid off this week, next week. It came out of nowhere. A code, that means there's like, ergo, there's no savings. So what happens then? And then you wonder why we have such inflation. You wonder why we have people getting evicted. We have such high numbers. The number of evictions and the foreclosures are increasing, not getting any better. Jamie Dimon, what he mentioned here in this clip, of course, on their balance sheet from where they're standing, there's a difference because Wall Street does not represent Main Street. Two different worlds. Wall Street, they can get bailed out. SVB, now we're paying for two wars. And on top of that, we have an influx of people who are coming here looking for a better life. They don't have any money, no assets. They're already on the taxpayers. Billions being spent when you add the money up. All these sanctuary cities. So it makes me wonder, so what the heck happens? We can't keep supporting these people in sanctuary cities. And then on top of that, more Americans are losing jobs and more Americans are getting evicted. Where are they going to go? Can someone please tell me? Bringing all new people in here, bring them all in here. Then we sit up here. We've got illegal immigrants here. Oh, take care of them. Who's going to take care of the American? Did you hear in Wall Street? $688 billion that was for taxes wasn't paid. Ergo, they're going to come after more businesses. More the rich. But let's not, that doesn't get me all, oh, they're going to get them because rich people, they have lawyers. They know the workarounds. They don't just look at the tax code. They study the tax code. They have people there. But for the little guy in that business, you can't pay those taxes. It's going to be a penalty and fees. I've already showed you Kevin Leary doesn't report. He's advocating for the little guy. Banks don't loan out the money for the little guy. What does that tell you? The wealth divide cut out the competition. Banks are not loaning out the money for the little guy. There is no economic relief package for the American. So if the little guy, small businesses that employ the majority of people, they can't get money from the bank to make improvements, to hire more people, to become more advanced, they're pretty much stagnant. You can't get a raise. We've got money going all out the country, and I understand different reasons. But at some point, this is not sustainable. We have people who cannot buy food. When people have an issue where they're concerned about their food, where they're going to live, that's major. You're basically, it's time to press the panic button. And guess what? The politicians are doing what absolutely nothing that I can see. Nothing. The panic button. Time to press it. Time to press it. The panic button. The Americans. A whole lot of jobs out there. Someone said it to me, and I'm like, cut the bull crap. They're not good paying jobs. Sure, not knocking anybody's career, but don't tell somebody, well, you just got laid off as an engineer. Hey, they got a job with a pizza. You can deliver pizzas. You sure can. Might get some tips. Use your car to do food delivery. 64% of Americans live in paycheck to paycheck. What happens when the check stops? Working hard, that paycheck stops, only to starve. Where's the safety net for the taxpayers? We're pulling out some big money, $100 billion. That's going out. $100 billion. This is not sustainable. It seems to me the politicians, I think what they're just like, hey, they'll figure it out. Again, when you have people who are sitting up facing food insecurity and housing insecurity, got a serious problem. And it cannot go ignored. They see the TikTok videos. Hell, they wanted to cut TikTok down. But I think they're ignoring it as if it's just going to poof. We're going to come up with something magical and stop inflation ourselves, folks. This is crazy. This is insane. And let you know, my opinion, they do, as MJ said, they don't really care about us. Okay, we got your vote, and that's really great. And we're going to go over here and help everybody else except the voting taxpayer make it make sense. And for this company to advertise willing to pay the same day, that lets you know they know the desperation is on. Who does that? I'm sorry, pay the same day? Where do they do that at? I can see in a gig economy, I've heard about that. Pay the same day? What? Pay the same day. So if it's $15 an hour and you work $15 an hour, you work 8 hours for, that's $120. I guess minus taxes. How are they doing that? They must be really desperate for workers. And I know some people need a job like right now. And the sad thing is maybe they can't wait 2 weeks. They need a check like right now in that hand. I've never seen pay the same day. Speaks volume. So Wall Street and Main Street, two different streets. I'm waiting to hear, where is the economic relief package? All these apartments are popping up. What good is it if the people can't afford them? What good is the Dawn apartments popping up if people cannot afford them? Anyway, let me know what you all think. What happens when the check just abruptly stops? Unexpected. You don't have like 2 weeks notice or nothing. Sometimes it's like, hey, like today. That's what they're doing because I think they're afraid people can like sabotage the workplace or the equipment. Again, I guess that's what it's like. Working hard and you miss that paycheck, could be to no fault of your own. Can replace that income. Lord, I hope people don't begin to starve. And I'm out.